Hi, Tom here. I'm getting ready to do my next multi-day hike. This one's only 2 days, but it's going to be a bit of a challenge because I'm going to hike up the highest mountain in Costa Rica, El Cerro, Chirripo. Before you arrive, you need to have a reservation, which you get on the SINOC website. I did mine through a tour company because there was no availability of beds at the albergue Base Crestones. But this is the office where you check in. It was very easy because I had my reservation, I had my identity cedula, and it only took me about 5 minutes, but I speak pretty passable Spanish, so you could need a few minutes extra if you have to use Google Translate or something like that. But it was very easy, and you end up with a bracelet like this, and you have to wear this all the time you're in the park, and it has your reservation number on it, and it gives you permission to be in the park. Now I'm going to go just 50 meters from here and drop off a bag that they're going to carry up to the hostel for me. This is everything I'm carrying tomorrow. I have a 30-liter Osprey pack with a hydration package. I didn't like the one that came with it, which was a 2.5 liter, but it didn't have this cover over the bite valve, so it would get dirty when the pack was set down on the ground. So I have this 2-liter bag I was quite happy with, and the hose disconnects easily. And I have my rain jacket, which is pretty lightweight, my rain pants. This dry bag I carry inside with some paper towels and toilet paper for emergencies, some plastic bags to put the paper in. I have a wide billed cap with a neck covering. This is typical of how I prepare my food. I break things up and put them in Ziploc bags so I can eat small amounts as I walk. That Powerade is actually Gatorade that I mix myself. That blue thing is a rain cover for my pack. I have some pills, which are mostly Tylenol, allergy pills, and diarrhea pills. Those two vials are a little bit of sunscreen and insect repellent, some tape in case I develop blisters or hot spots, my headlamp, a bunch of bags. That black bag I've never used, but it's large enough that I could open it up and lie down on it. The other bags are a large storage bag and a bunch of sandwich Ziplocs inside of it. My boots I'll be wearing are Mountain 300, Mountain 600, I'm not sure, Danners. I'm very happy with them. That's my third pair. And those are my gaiters, and tomorrow it might be muddy, so I'm probably going to wear those. And my trekking poles. So that's everything I'm taking. This is the hotel where I'm staying. It's very close to the trailhead. It's about 200 meters. It has a decent restaurant, very inexpensive. Rooms are comfortable. Well, it's 3:20 a.m. and I'm at the entrance to the trail. And most people start this early for a couple of reasons. If you're going to summit and return on the same day, you need the time. Other people do it to arrive at the shelter with plenty of time for lunch and resting before tomorrow's climb. And I heard a lot of people leave before I did, so every kilometer has a marker, so we'll be able to note them as we go. So here we go. Here's a quick look at kilometer 1. Very rocky, very steep, slow going. Okay, I completed 1 kilometer, a little over 50 minutes, which I expect I'll be able to pick up that pace. The first 2 kilometers are known to be difficult. It was very rocky, and because it's dark, you have to really watch your step and keep your eyes in the light. It reminds me of when I used to bicycle at night. If you look to the right or left of your light, you immediately swerve. So far it's been, it hasn't been difficult, but it's been slow going, very rocky, a little bit of mud, not too much. Okay, now I'm 2 kilometers in. I'm at 1 hour and 38 minutes, so this kilometer went faster. It was less rocky, there was more hard-packed dirt. I didn't push any harder than I had been, but it seems like the going's getting a little easier. I've gone up like 380 meters so far. It's about 5:30, it's light out now, which makes the going easier. The forest is starting to wake up. Kilometer 3, 2 hours and 20 minutes in. Okay, another kilometer done. And I think it's been about 3 hours. I forgot to check the time, but I'm okay with the time. Another kilometer done. It's almost 7 a.m. Here's something besides signs to look at. It's a nice day. It's cool. I'm in the shade, continuing to walk up. We're at 2,393 meters, so I've gone up almost 900 meters so far. And more to go. I'm having a little sit down at 7:15. I'm still feeling good, but it's been about 4 hours, so I'm going to take about 5 minutes here. It's not too much further, and there's a little like a soda. You can get snacks and coffee and water, and there's bathrooms, and so I'll stop there for 5 minutes too. But I'll be on my way again soon. Another kilometer, it's 7:35. And I've been passed by a few young people. Some of them pass me like I'm standing still, but I don't care. I'm having fun, I'm going to get there, and I'm still feeling strong. It's 8:15 at kilometer 7. And the trail has been getting easier. It's nice through the forest, not quite as rocky. A few rocks, but in general, pretty easy going and not quite as steep. There's this pulperia where you can have a coffee, buy some snacks. I'm going to fill my water. This is halfway to Crestones, and there's where the trail resumes. I'm only going to be here about 5 minutes. Here's how everything goes up and down to the albergue, and if I break a leg or something, that's how they'll haul me down. So let's not let that happen. That's how my luggage is going up too. It's 8:50. I've completed another kilometer, so that's 8 kilometers. And we're at 2,600 meters, which means I've climbed 1,100 meters. I'm still feeling strong, firing on all cylinders. I hope I don't run out of cylinders, but so far everything is good. So, pura vida y ya sigo. In the moments of crisis, imagination is more important than knowing. Kilometer 9. Last one was pretty steep. Feeling it a bit, but I'm still doing okay. You probably can't tell how steep the trail is just by the video, but trust me, it was steep. And it's continuing to climb. The altitude may be starting to be an issue. I'm feeling a little sluggish, although I'm eating enough and drinking enough and drinking electrolytes. But we'll see how it goes. I'm still able to put one foot in front of the other. It just takes a little more effort, but I'm still firing on at least 3 of those 4 cylinders. Just a few minutes past 7 hours in, 10 kilometers done. So that's like a little less than 3/4 of an hour or 45 minutes per kilometer. Not too bad considering the climb, and that the first one took me almost an hour. This kilometer was still quite a bit of climbing, not quite as steep as the last. Now we're at a little over 3,000 meters, so I've climbed 1,522 meters so far. This says here we can observe the vegetation that every time is smaller with different colors and textures, and it's adaptions that help to capture the most quantity of water from the air, and to have photosynthesis more efficient. And it says don't leave trash or toilet paper in the sendero or trail. So we'll try not to do that. Like the sign says, the trees are shorter, the forest is less dense. Pretty soon we're going to come above the tree line, and it'll be even shorter still. 10 kilometers in, 3.5 to go. Still feeling good. It's my first time hiking above 3,000 meters. Feeling pretty good. We'll see. Still need to go up, I think, about another 400. So we'll see how that goes. This is the first time I've had an unobstructed view to my right. You can start to see some of the other mountains in the area. And you can see the trail is pretty decent here. It's not too steep and it's not too rocky. And the forest is definitely thinner. They had a wildfire in this area, and one of the signs says it can take this kind of ecosystem up to a century to fully recover. Well, I've climbed 1,583 meters so far. Still firing on at least 3 of the 4 cylinders. Feeling pretty good. Don't have that much further to go. I think there's one steep section left. Only about 200 meters of climbing, I think. But we'll see. It might be closer to 300. I don't remember. 12 kilometers done, 2.5 to go. You might notice lost a few meters of elevation. Need to make that up again. The trail's pretty decent. The weather's nice. It's cool, not cold. And I'm off again. I've been seeing a lot of these little birds that seem to spend most of their time on the ground. I can normally get pretty close to them before they run or fly away. Repent, for the end is near, but not until you finish climbing this last 1.5 kilometers. So let's go. The camera may not do justice to this path, but it's steep, it's rocky, and it's tough, and we're above 3,000 meters. But I don't have too much further to go, so let's see if I can tough it out. Well, I reached kilometer 14. The last kilometer was probably the most difficult because it's at altitude and it's very steep. It was more difficult than the first kilometer was, but I'm still on my way, and it should be downhill the rest of the way to Base Crestones. And this is what the trail looks like now. So it's easy going. And I'll see you at the hostel. Well, there it is. I didn't make it by sunrise, but I'm still going to make it up there. It was very windy at the summit, so I'm replacing the audio track with this voiceover, which you'll be able to understand better. The view from up here is quite impressive. On a clear day, you can see both oceans. Today, we have a lot of low-lying clouds, so you can still see a great distance, but I'm not able to pick out the ocean. On the last part of the ascent, you're going to need both hands, so it's best to leave your trekking poles somewhere along the trail. I also dropped off my backpack and put a bottle of Powerade in my pocket. This young lady that you can see here was the only person on the peak with me. She took my photo, I took hers. Turns out she ran up the entire trail in 5 hours. Can you imagine that? Running up that distance in the dark on that rocky trail in 5 hours. What an incredible feat. I'm on my way down. I'm only about 1.5 kilometers from the peak, and I think this is Valle Conejos, which is Rabbit Valley, and there's trails through there too, but I'm going to leave that for another day. But it's a beautiful day. I really lucked out on weather, because June is part of the rainy season, and I've had nothing but sunshine and cool temperatures. My hike did not end well. After sunset, I turned on my headlamp and continued my descent and felt that I would finish in the next couple of hours. But as I was walking along, my headlamp failed and I was left in the dark. I found a place to sit, and I dozed off for a short time, and then a couple of Costa Ricans came along and they loaned me a small flashlight. Although the flashlight was small and really not adequate, I decided to continue my hike when I should have just stayed put until sunrise. A little later, I ended up falling from the trail and rolling down the hill, striking my head and ending up in the dark, not knowing where I was and not being able to see anything. I could see the light above on the trail, but it seemed an impossible distance away, and I was too afraid to try to move in case I ended up falling more. So I was lying there for about 3 hours, and at times I was shaking uncontrollably and was nauseous. I'm sure I was concussed and would require rescuing. Eventually, I saw a group of headlamps, and three young men came down to assist me. With the area lit, I could see that it was safe to stand up, but I still required a lot of assistance to scramble back up to the trail. This group of about 8 people included a couple of people who spoke English, and I was able to speak some Spanish with the others. They were extremely well equipped. They wrapped me in an emergency blanket, applied some heat pads to me, and gave me a Snickers bar. One of them called a doctor, and arrangements were made to send a horse to bring me down. The horse ride down terrified me, and I was afraid I was going to fall off again onto the rocky trail. But I did make it down, and an ambulance met me and took me to the nearest hospital, where I was cleaned up, stitched up, and a CT scan was done, and then they sent me on my way. I learned some difficult lessons. In the future, I will never hike in the dark without at least 2 good headlamps. I will carry these headlamps even if I don't think I'm going to be hiking in the dark, in case I get lost or there's a trail closure or some other delay that ends up putting me in the dark. I'm extremely grateful to the people who helped me. I'm angry and frustrated at my stupidity. I'm starting to come to terms with that. But I'm going to be back on the trail soon, and I've learned my lesson. And in the future, if I do this hike again, which I would very much like to, I will not go alone, and I will certainly have adequate lighting. So when you're out there, please think about every piece of your equipment and what you would do if one of them failed. Be safe and enjoy the hiking.